Joining me to discuss is our foreign editor, Philip Turle. Philip, just tell us then a bit more about those key issues that we're expecting to hear from this week.
Well, you're certainly right that Ukraine will be top of the agenda. They're saying it's going to be front and centre. And there's been a pretty pessimistic message already from the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, who said, there is great peril we face at the moment and challenges like never before. So that is setting the scene, which looks like it's going to be quite a tough General Assembly. This is the 77th General Assembly of the United Nations. There are two big problems. The first one is that you have a north and south divide because the southern countries are accusing the north of not doing enough to solve the problems that they face, notably climate change. They also face rising fuel bills like the rest of us. They're finding it very hard to pay for electricity and gas, and they also face hunger and starvation. And if you look at the figures there, they do make pretty stunning reading because it's estimated that one person is dying of hunger every 4 seconds in southern nations. They say the northern countries, the European Union, the United States and elsewhere, are not doing enough to do anything for them. And many of the problems they face, they say, have been incurred on us by the war in Ukraine. So there's a split already between north and south. And then you have another split between east and west, between the west, which is against the Russian invasion of Ukraine, and then the east also, which has not turned up to this meeting. China's not there, neither is Russia, and neither is India. And that is also posing a problem for the United Nations.
And where do you think these conversations will go around Ukraine this week? What kind of position might the country be in by this time next week?
Well, it's all the problem that the United Nations faces. First of all, you have a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council, that is Russia, invading another United Nations country member, which is Ukraine. So that already poses a problem of a split within the United Nations. As I was saying, Russia, China and India are all absent, but they are being represented. The Russian Foreign Minister, for example, Sergei Lavrov, is there. He's not going to meet directly with the United States, but they will meet in a UN Security Council meeting, which is going to take place in a couple of days' time, when there's expected to be an all-round condemnation from the other permanent members of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. But it's difficult to see how there's going to be a way out of this at this meeting, because there are very firmly entrenched positions between the different sides in this. So as Antonio Guterres was saying, there is great peril, many of it exacerbated by the war in Ukraine, and many questions which are asking for emergency, urgent answers that probably are not going to receive those answers during this UN Security Council gathering. President Biden is due to arrive there tomorrow. He's due to address the UN General Assembly. He should have been doing it today, but he's been delayed because, of course, he attended Queen Elizabeth II's funeral in London yesterday, and he's expected also to underline the US will not give in to any of Russia's demands for Ukraine. So that's also going to, I think, cement the East versus West position at this UN Security Council General Meeting. We'll have to see how it pans out over the next few days.
Indeed, and there'll be much more on this, not just in the next few days, but in the next few hours as well. Philip Turle, thank you.